Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. All right, Charles Silver, CEO of Algebraix. All right, Charles, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, my pleasure. All right, Charles, you are the CEO of an Austin-based Algebraix, which is a permission-based advertising platform fueled by ALX token. Give me some color on that. Rather than me just read it off, I want you to tell us what you're doing, what makes the whole thing tick, and why you're the best that there is out there.
Well, first let me set the table.
Great.
Everybody knows Google and Facebook are amongst the biggest companies in the world. Google with a market cap of $750 billion. $750 billion. Facebook with a market cap of $550 billion. And they're all based on advertising that uses individuals' data to connect advertisers to them. But in their situation, Google gets paid, Facebook gets paid. What Algebraix is building is a whole new paradigm in advertising, where our platform allows advertisers to pay individuals directly. It's a whole new paradigm. It's going to shift. The idea is that data is an asset. Clearly, it's an asset. Google and Facebook have been built off of individuals' data. So if it's an asset, who owns it? So we say the individual owns it, and so we're creating this platform for advertisers to pay individuals via the ALX cryptocurrency and compensate them appropriately for their asset, which is their data.
Talk to me about the mechanics of that. I want to understand that better because I'm heading right down that road. When you and I met in Dallas a couple of months ago at the cryptocurrency conference, we broached the subject, but I never got into the mechanics of how does my viewer of my TV show or my listener of my radio show, how does that work? That Macy's or Marriott pays them for watching my show. How would that work?
Well, the mechanics, it's not that complicated, but it may sound a little complicated. The first thing people will have to do is download the ALX app from the Android store or the Apple store.
Mm-hmm.
So once you have the ALX app on your phone, you enter in personal data, and that becomes like your data vault. We call it a personal vault. And that data is on your phone only. It never goes to some central server farm somewhere in the cloud. It stays on your phone. Once you have that data on your phone, you can go to the website called getalex.com, where you will see personalized ads from advertisers that want to reach you. But they don't know who you are, but they do know that you're a male, 30 years old, that lives in Texas, et cetera, and there'll be targeted ads that pay you, cryptocurrency to view the ads. You click on the ad, that crypto goes into your wallet, and you can earn crypto that way. The advertiser ends up paying the same amount of money, but instead of paying it to Google or Facebook, they're paying it to you.
Okay, so I would put a link to your app on my website, and when people watch my shows, they would click on that, download it, and know that they're going to get paid. I'm incentivizing the viewership or the listenership of the show. Is that how I would be able to work through this?
Exactly.
Okay. Send me one.
Absolutely. So once our goal is to get everybody having a data vault on their phone, and then they can log in and get paid to view ads.
Wow. Okay, hook me up. I mean, we've got two segments to do with each other. Hook me up with that. But now let's move forward. What are you guys doing as with the companies that are coming to you? I mean, how do you get this huge pool of advertisers to be able to incentivize all kinds of people that are watching the show? Do they just come to you out of the blue, or is it some sort of campaign?
Well, it's like any business. We have to promote ourselves. I mean, we're still in the beta process.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to launch by the end of May. GetAlex.com. That's GETALX.com. GetAlex.com will be a full website launched. That's going to be our primary brand, and that's how people are going to learn about us on GetAlex.com.
Okay, so I'm ahead of the curve with talking about this with you. Yes.
A little bit. We have a beta app that people can go to and download, and that's on Algebraix.io. But our primary brand is going to be coming out at the end of this month called GetAlex.com. That's going to be the primary brand,
Okay.
and where people will interact with us. That's where they download the app. That's where everything's going to happen on GetAlex.com.
I want to be one of the first, if not the first, media company that embraces this technology. I want to make sure that I'm hooked up with it.
And by the way, that is our strategy, is to work with other media companies, with other publishers that embrace this idea that they're done with Google and Facebook, really sucking out 70% of all digital advertising money. That's $210 billion globally go to the market. And Google and Facebook have what they call a duopoly. They get over 70% of all that money goes to Google and Facebook. And so we're creating this platform, and we're saying that money should be going to individuals. Individuals own their data. They should get paid. Now advertisers pay Google and Facebook. We're saying advertisers can pay people directly. They will get a better ROI, return on their investment. Individuals will be properly compensated, and cuts out these huge middlemen behemoths.
We've got about a minute or so left. When did you come up with this? How did you come up with it, and how long has it been in development before you've been able to push it out now?
Well, it's been in development. The ideas are a couple years old, and it's still early because we see ourselves as bringing cryptocurrency mainstream. We've been working on this network for about a year and a half, but our core technology has been in development for years before that.
Let's do this. Let's take a break now, and then I want to talk about how much money these people get paid. How is that determined, and how that whole rollout for the consumer to be incentivized through Algebraix and say our media company. Can we talk about that on the other side?
Yeah, we're going to take a couple-minute break.
Yeah, we're going to take it'll be about 3-4 minutes probably on the break, and then we'll come back and wrap it up.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hang with us, Charles. Charles Silver, CEO, Algebraix, ALGEBRAIX.io. And that's right. We're going to be one of the first people in the media business to launch this. I'm going to have it. All right, you'll be listening to CEO Money with Michael Yorba. We'll be right back on the other side of this break. All right, welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba talking to Charles Silver, CEO Algebraix. This thing is going to break all records. Charles, I rarely in this show make market predictions or forecasts. You're just knock the socks off of everybody. This is amazing. When the film industry gets their hands on you, they're going to go crazy.
Well, we hope so. I mean, we really do think that creating a platform that pays users for their attention is going to be very, very valuable, and we're very excited, and we can't wait to get live. I mean,
me either, because people pay. I'm working with a group out of LA right now, and they're putting our content up on their trailers site, and I just can't believe the pop. I mean, 5,000 views within a matter of hours, whereas before, if you didn't have help pushing it, they wouldn't be there. And now you're going to bring a whole new level of engagement with this incentivation that you're doing. Let's talk about the money part of this. How much money would somebody expect to get paid for clicking on the ad and allowing them to market to them directly? How does that work?
Well, they're going to get paid. An advertiser determines their budget.
Right.
Okay, so let's say an advertiser wants to spend $100,000 to reach a specific audience. They will, the way it works is they'll start to say, let's offer them 50 ALX crypto, 50 ALX tokens or 50 ALX cryptocurrency.
Right.
And those cryptos will be worth about a half a penny to start. Now, the value of ALX will be determined in the secondary market, but initially they'll be about a half a penny. So, in essence, it will be about $1 to $2 to watch an ad. So it would range from 50 ALX up to 500 ALX, but it's up to the advertiser, and they will have the ability to test the response rate based on the amount of ALX they offer people. So the advertiser will have all kinds of tools to optimize their campaign.
I get it. So, because right now they're getting nothing. They're getting sold something that they can buy, but they're not getting incentivized. They're not getting paid to watch anything. So this stuff adds up after a while. It's like a river of pennies.
Yeah. No. We see individuals, that could earn a couple, $100 a month, $200 a month. It could be real money.
Absolutely. The film industry pays big bucks for this. The airlines pay big bucks for this. I mean, the car companies. I mean, there's all kinds of companies that pay huge amounts of money, and this reduces the cost for them because they're getting an effective conversion rate, not a process. It's a 1-to-1 conversion ratio.
Exactly. And the whole principle of permission marketing, meaning an advertiser asking permission to have a conversation or to send their message versus interrupting them. Just, they're in the middle of reading something, all of a sudden you get interrupted. Everyone has experience with online advertising being very disruptive. And this is the opposite of that. People choose which ads they want to see. And if they're relevant to them and meaningful to them, they'll get compensated.
Well, okay then. I think that this is something because I want to integrate this into a live show where people can actually make the transaction while the show is live and be able to pick and choose the kind of advertisers they want to be sold to. So it seems to me that somebody in my position, if I have a group of active, high net worth investors ranging from accredited to institutional, I would have a premium audience for those advertisers to go through to get to. Am I connecting the dots on that?
Absolutely. But again, it's all about, we call it data sovereignty, where an individual owns their data and they control it. Versus right now, your data is out on the web. Google and Facebook has all of your data,
right?
All of your personal data. And they connect, and they're very good, by the way. They've been extraordinarily effective of accumulating massive amount of data about you and being able to connect you to relevant advertisers. But the fact is you may not want that advertising. And they've taken and exploited your data. We're saying individuals need to be properly compensated. The data belongs to the individual, not to Facebook and Google, just because they've been so effective at accumulating it and analyzing it and understanding it. And so they know more about you than you know about yourself in terms of what you might be likely to buy.
I get it. Now you have patents. We've got about a minute and a half left, but just touch on some of those, the patents that you guys have accumulated for this.
Well, over the years, we've been an R&D company about how to take data and represent it mathematically. That's where the name Algebraix comes from. We can take any data format, and we can represent it mathematically. And when you do that, you get all kinds of scalability and performance. And we really started out in the database performance in the cloud business, but the blockchain is just another database, and we're applying all of our technology to the blockchain to allow it to scale, because we want hundreds of millions of users. The blockchain is still an early technology, and just like the early internet in the late 90s had scalability problems, the blockchain has scalability problems, and that's one of the benefits of our core technology. But at the end of the day, it all rolls up into this business model of creating a platform where individuals get compensated for watching ads.
Got it. Charles, I've got to run, but I want to be first. Let's talk tomorrow.
Stay in touch.
I will.
All right, partner.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Charles. You're welcome. Charles Silver, CEO, Algebraix, algebraix.io.